Whether you are concerned about your weight, health, or for any reason, it is always important to know the kind of food you are putting into your body. Food labels help us to make safer and healthier food choices. Hello everyone, I am Aparna Johari, health and wellness coach. And today I am going to explain you how to understand food labels. Understand that claims in the front of the product can be the trace elements added to it artificially. Claims like low fat, high in fiber, cholesterol free, sugar free, iron rich, all these are marketing stunts to attract the user to buy the product. It's always important to turn the product and look for ingredient list. In this video, I will explain each and everything which will help you to look for better food choices. So let's begin with food labels. What are food labels? Food labels provide nutrition facts and information about the ingredients in it. They help us to make safer and healthier food choices. So it's very important to understand food labels. It's always good to look for nutrient dense foods which are good for our body, rich in vitamins, minerals, protein, fiber, healthy carbs, good fat, and which don't have empty calories. When I say empty calories, I mean to say that food which are more in calories, calorie dense, but low in nutritional value. Let me explain this with an example. In both the picture, if you see, the basic ingredients is same, potatoes, but how it is made and consumed made a huge difference. Eating boiled potatoes rather than potato chips are much better option, as potatoes are naturally rich in vitamins, minerals, particularly potassium, phosphorus, B complex and vitamin C. And at the same time they are low in calories, have high fiber, whereas if you compare it with potato chips, they are calorie dense with low nutritional value. Understand that calorie density matters, not just the number of calories in the product. Reading and understanding nutritional labels is one of the important part of your health journey, and it is important for you to understand them correctly rather than going for foggy claims on the wrapper. Let's begin with serving size and calories per serving. They are the standard way to make it easier to compare similar foods. They are provided in familiar units such as cups or per piece, followed by metric amount, example the number of grams. The serving size reflect the amount that people typically eat or drink. It is important to realize that all the nutrient amount shown on the label, including the number of calories, refer to the size of the serving, not just the calories of a whole pack. Let me explain with an example. So let's consider very common Lay's chips pack. It contains one serving equals to 160 calories. That's just one serving. And if you see, which consists of 15 chips. But who stops at 15 chips? We go ahead and eat more. So let's check total calories in this pack. So it contains one packet contains 7 serving, which will be equal to 7 multiplied by 160, which will be 1120 calories. And in general, it is daily intake of a person is around 2000 calories. Then half of your calories or more than half of your calories are provided through this pack. That's why it's important to look for serving size. Now let's move to next one, which is the fat content, especially trans fat. Total fat mentioned here is 8 gram, 1 gram from saturated fats, 0 gram from trans fat, and rest 7 gram coming from unsaturated fats, which is not bad for health and hence not always mentioned in the pack. So under fat label, we have to look for trans fat content because trans fat is not good for our health. Trans fat is a type of dietary fat. Of all the fats, trans fat is the worst for our health. Too much trans fat in our diet increases our risk for heart disease and other health problems. Processed food that contains partially hydrogenated vegetable oil is the richest source of trans fat in the modern diet. Though regulators have lately begun to limit it, but it's there. Other foods such as fried fast foods, refined oils, packed product, processed food, potato chips, bakery products and are often made with vegetable shortening and margarine which are high in trans fat. Manufacturers can label their products trans fat free as long as there are fewer than zero point 0.5 grams of fats per serving. But even that much is also harmful to our health. So be careful to watch trans fat in the product. If you are about to buy something because it's labeled as low fat, turn back and read the nutrition facts and ingredient list to determine what's making it palatable. Reducing intake of processed food or packed food are easiest way to reduce trans fat intake, which will result in reducing cholesterol in your overall blood report, and it will be the easiest way to improve your health. Now next one is sodium. Our bodies require only a small amount of sodium each day to function normally. Eating too much sodium can lead to increased blood pressure, which can raise the risk of heart attack, stroke and other cardiovascular conditions. Sodium can be found in canned vegetables and meat, processed cheese, tortillas, pickles, sauces and list goes on. To cut back on sodium, it's best to minimize processed, packed, and restaurant food as they sneak in a lot of sodium you may not suspect. Next in the list is to identify the sugar content under the total carbohydrate section. Added sugar goes by many names as shown, and most common type consists of glucose or fructose followed by barley malt, corn syrup, fructose, maple syrup. Let me share some of the foods which are surprisingly high in added sugar. For example, low fat yogurt. To enhance the taste after removing fat, they need to add artificial sugars to make it appealing. BBQ sauce. 2 tablespoons of sauce contain around 9 grams of sugar. Fruit juice. Like whole fruit, packed fruit juice do contain some vitamins and minerals. However, when choosing a fruit juice, pick one that labeled 100% fruit juice, as sugar sweetened version can come with a large dose of sugar and very little fiber. Chocolate milk. Pre-made soup. Many commercially prepared soups have lot of added ingredients including sugar. Apart from these, other foods such as granola, sports drink, protein bars, and many more have added sugar. So it is important to keep a track on them. If you have sweet cravings and want to add sweets in your diet, look for natural sugars in whole foods. There is no reason to avoid natural sugar. Foods which can provide you natural sugar are fruits, vegetables, dairy product, dates, raisin. They all contain natural sugar, but they also are rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and other beneficial compounds. So it's good to opt for natural sugar in whole foods rather than going for packed foods. Now, next in the list are dietary fibers. Eating a diet high in dietary fiber can improve gut health. It can lower blood glucose level. If you are diabetic or pre diabetic, adding dietary fiber can be beneficial. It also helps in reducing cholesterol levels. And as they are low in calorie, adding them can make you full faster and result in less calorie consumption, which results in weight loss. These days it is very common to have low fiber diet, and having low fiber diet are linked to many health conditions such as constipation, IBS, diabetes, heart disease and even some cancers. In general, people do not consume enough fiber. The daily intake for men is 30 gram of fiber each day and for women it's 25 gram, which can easily be fulfilled by eating oats, whole grain, whole fruits, vegetables, sprouts in every meal. Now next one is protein. It is an essential macronutrient, that means it is very important for our body. Protein is perhaps the most important macronutrient to consume due to their role in our body. Organs, tissues, muscles, hormones all are made from proteins. Every cell in human body contains protein. We need protein in our diet to repair cells, to regenerate new cells, for growth, development, actually in general for everything. So it's important to look for protein content in particular product. Now, the next one is daily values. These are reference amounts expressed in grams, milligrams, or percentage of nutrient to consume or not to exceed each day. The percentage DV shows how much a nutrient in a serving of food contributes to a total daily diet. The percentage, DV percentage, help us to determine if a serving of food is high or low in nutrient. Now let me explain general guide to DV value. If the DV value is 5 or less nutrient per serving, it is considered low. If it is 20 or more per serving, it is considered high. This is also called 520 rule. Now when you look for DV value, look for higher DV value for dietary fiber, vitamin D, calcium, iron and potassium, and lower DV value in saturated fat, sodium and added sugar. Now let's have quick recap. Steps to read nutrition facts. Step 1 is check for serving size and calories per serving. Step 2, check for fat content, especially trans fat. Step 3, check for sodium content. Step 4, check the total carbohydrates, especially added sugar content. Next one is check for dietary fiber. Now step 6 is check for protein, how much protein this particular product have. And step 7 is check the DV value. Hope it's clear now. Let's understand ingredients list. Ingredient list shows all the ingredients in the packed food. Ingredient list can be especially important for people with food allergies, but it can also reveal hidden fats, added sugar, and what type of grains and flours are used. The ingredient list provides the details that the nutrition facts label may not show. Ingredients are listed by quantity from highest to lowest. They are listed in order of weight, beginning with the ingredients that weigh the most and ending with the ingredients that weigh the least. For example, in this ingredient list of mayonnaise, the maximum amount of content is from palm oil. Let's take another example of tomato ketchup. You will be surprised to know that the first ingredient followed by water is sugar. Now let's talk about food ingredients to avoid. The first one in the list is palm oil or vegetable oil or hydrogenated oil. They all have similar properties. I would suggest ditch any food that lists shortening or partially hydrogenated oil or palm oil as they are not good for our health. Next one is enriched flour. When a whole grain is refined, most of its nutrients are removed in order to extend its shelf life. Flour is enriched with vitamin B and iron to add back what was lost. In reality, other vitamins and minerals were also lost, including zinc, magnesium, selenium, and vitamin E, but only iron and B are added back. Not only does grain processing destroy vitamins and minerals, but it also removes natural antioxidants along with fiber and protein, which are not added back. The high starch content and lack of fiber due to removal of bran and germ produces a rapid increase in blood sugar when consumed. Next one on the list is high fructose corn syrup, HFCS, or artificial sweeteners. They contribute to diabetes, inflammation, poor gut health, high triglycerides, and many more health diseases. It's good to stay away from them. Next one is BHA. It's another potentially cancer causing preservative, but it has been deemed safe by FDA. Its job is to help prevent spoilage and food poisoning, but it's major endocrine disruptor and can seriously mess with your hormones and can lead to poor digestion as well as poor gut health. After these many information you may be confused, so let me make it easier. Let me explain what to look for in ingredient list. The first thing is look for less fancy names, shorter ingredient list, no added sugar, no trans fat, and low in sodium. The best thing is look for fresh food. The fresh means better. Keep it simple. Eat fresh produce and look for things which have shorter ingredient list. And ingredient list don't start with sugar or any unhealthy food. It is always good to start your shopping for healthy foods after having a meal. Don't go shopping when you are hungry. When you go to the market, the best place to start is with fruits and veggies. Each week, try to explore one new vegetable and research on the best way to cook to maintain its nutrients. Try to learn and explore about the vegetable, and once you graduate, move to another vegetable. That's how you develop solid knowledge and understanding about your food. Watch out for claims such as gluten free, sugar free, cholesterol free, light, low carb doesn't mean healthy. Always turn back and see what ingredients are present in it. Let's keep it simple. Rules for eating. If it says low fat, light, fat free, let it stay in the grocery store. Eat real food. Don't eat anything you don't like. Eat when you are hungry. Don't force feed based on timings. Avoid, reduce added sugar and trans fat. Don't let the claims in the front fool you. Remember, it's not just about the calories but also about the ingredients in it. Quality matters as much as calories. Hope this video was useful, and now when you go for shopping, you will turn around and look for all the details. Stay healthy, stay happy.